VSiN, the sports betting network.
The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
Good Monday morning to you. It is a numbers game at VSiN, the sports betting network. VSiN.com, Game Plus, iHeartRadio, YouTube TV, Sirius XM channel 158. However you're taking us in, we do appreciate it. I'm Gil Alexander. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is Kelly Bidlin.
Hey-o. How we doing?
Producer number 9. So much more than a producer. What's happening? How was your weekend?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was nice. We had the actually it's the weekend always there's the hacker convention weekend.
Oh, hacker convention.
Which I have a cousin that's out here every week for. I have a friend that's out here or every year for. I have a cousin every year, a friend every year for. It's absolutely terrifying. I learned something new that they're working on that terrifies me. But yeah, it's always busy. And then we got Bet Bash week. It's just it's several weeks in a row of busyness.
Wow.
Love it. It's fun.
Didn't even mention the Star Trek convention in town also.
Oh my gosh. I have a video of that, by the way.
Do you really?
Yeah. So I stopped by the Rio Saturday night. It was bouncing all around on Saturday night. Stopped by the Rio where both conferences were kind of being housed at. And there was like one bar of like nerdy hackers drinking.
Yeah.
One bar of Trekkies drinking. And then they were set up where there was hundreds of Trekkies watching Star Trek within the Rio.
Yeah.
I have a video of it. Maybe I'll get Wyatt to pull it up.
I will say this. I have attended a Star Trek convention because my brother was friends with the showrunner for many years. And so I've attended not one, I've attended multiple of these. And there's like grown, I say this with no judgment because who's to say that what we like in life is more important than what they like in life? But there are grown men and women dressed in their Star Trek character of their choice, lined up to ask questions of like the show writers, completely dressed up, right, and in costume. And they will be like, hey, in season 4, episode 7, scene 3, when you wrote so-and-so, the writer's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. They are that nerdy about it.
And then I'll maybe give the details later on this, Gil. And then when I'm leaving the Rio and heading home, I order an Uber, right? Uber driver screwed up, forgot to switch his like driver profile or whatever, and a full-fledged party bus arrives to pick up just me.
Come on.
I swear to God. I got a video of it. It's hilarious.
Oh, wow. See, I asked how his weekend was, and that's what I got.
Yeah.
All right. On the show today, Paul Spohr on Major League Baseball as we near the quarter pole this week. Quarter of the season left and some change right at this moment. I'm going to ask Paul to power rank his teams in the American League and National League as postseason power rank teams. That includes teams that are on the inside of the playoff picture right now and on the outside per league. Going to get that feeling from him. Wes Reynolds on what was a spectacular golf tournament this past weekend. The first of the 3.
Yep.
The 70. Now we're down to 50 for the FedEx Cup. Did you have Justin Rose? Did Wes have Justin Rose?
Oh, man. I think this is going to be a difficult conversation on the show today.
Oh,
this
no.
is Wes had Tommy Fleetwood outright.
On principle, can you have Tommy Fleetwood outright?
Hey, man, Cameron Young got it done last week. Tommy had every chance. I hear you, though. I had a top 20 on him.
Two-shot lead with 3 to play.
Yeah, I got in heavy on Scotty Scheffler on Saturday, mid-round at like 4-1.
If he could just make a putt.
He was so good on Saturday, and then Sunday just couldn't make anything. So it was one of my worst golf tournaments of the year, actually. And then I don't know if you talked to your friend Chris Felica, but
no.
He had a nice J.J. Spawn ticket in a winner without Tommy Fleetwood and Scotty Scheffler market. So the only person he had to dodge was Justin Rose.
45-year-old Justin Rose becomes the oldest European to win a PGA Tour event. Did I read that correctly?
Wow, I didn't hear that one. No, I'm sure you're probably right. Oh. It was a great tournament, though. Awesome tournament.
We will do and Adam Burke, by the way. We need Adam Burke to come in here, VSiN managing editor. Not only the the brains behind all of our guides, college football, pro football, and beyond, but he deserves to talk some schmack to me right now as we head to the the quarter pole of the MLB season, because his Cleveland Guardians are right now at this moment would be on pace to go over their season win total. And we have that bet from before the season. I have them on the under. He has them on the over. Guardians, despite their loss yesterday, not only thinking about eclipsing their season win total, which has them just above 500, but trying to get into the postseason. Only a half game out of the playoff picture right now in the American League. So we'll talk to Adam about that. And then we will do, this is a great market that you found, Kelly. Season wins in the National Football League head-to-heads. Head-to-head season win matchups. Where's the value in that? And I have, I thought this was a great market over. Was it DraftKings?
Yeah, DraftKings.
I have 4 of them that I love.
By the way, none of them of course, nobody in town, because I did check that.
Nobody in town. Yeah, nobody in town.
I broke it even into tiers, Gil. I broke mine into tiers. That's how much I liked. I was like, here's tier 1 that I would definitely bet. And then I got some heavy leans too.
Also got some tennis picks coming up. Got 4 tennis picks, which we'll get to here momentarily. Great weekend in tennis for us. And then, do you want to do them right now? You want to do them right now?
Yeah, we can
do them right now. Quick. By the way, 3-3 on Saturday, including dogs of plus 142, plus 196, and plus 263. So that was a heck of a day on Saturday. Yesterday, 3-1. And I want to focus on one that we lost. By the way, a plus 147 dog yesterday among them. The one that we lost, first of all, 0-6 on break points in the first set for our guy. I'm forgetting now who it was.
Jensen Brooksby and somebody else.
We faded Jensen Brooksby. I want to say Flavio Cobolli, but it wasn't Flavio Cobolli. Now it's, of course, escaping my mind who it was. But anyway, he was 0-6 in the set. It was Artur Cazaux. Cazaux was the guy. He was 0-6 on break points in the first set. Okay, you lose that set. Tennis happens sometimes. But I just want to say in set number 2, game 2, and this is where the match fell apart, it was a 30-minute game featuring 40 points and 17 deuce points. You will bet 1,000 tennis matches and never see this. Of course, we lost that on Cazaux, and then that match collapsed. But anyway, a great weekend, 3-3 with the 3 big dogs on Saturday, 3-1 yesterday. Today, 4 plays. 2 are in the. Oh, there it is. By the way, this is what it looks like at Flash Score.
How crazy is that? You sent this to me, and I was like,
never see this.
I was like, what am I looking at? It literally
incredible.
took me a minute to realize it was just tennis scores, literally point by point.
You could watch a sitcom from the beginning of that game to the next one. Anyway, today 4 plays. 2 start early in less than an hour. On the men's side today, 1 big dog, again, the biggest dog we hit on Saturday was on Terence Atman. Terence Atman. Or in English, we'd say Terence Atman.
Yep.
That's how it looks phonetically for us, Americans. Terence Atman. Against João Fonseca, your boy. Plus 319, Kelly. Still at like plus 273 right now. I'd still play it. Atman his numbers are really good on hard courts, and he should not be this price. Should Zhao be the favorite? Sure, but it should be nowhere near this price. Terence Atman looking for a second straight big dog winner on him at plus 319. Again, VSiN.com/picks. Get these overnight for subscribers. Ugo Humbert at plus 124 versus your boy Big Foe, Francis Tiafoe. Ugo Humbert at plus 124. Only a couple cents worse now. I'd still play it. And then on the ladies' side, Taylor Townsend, who is now a favorite against Jessica Buzas-Monero as opposed to being dogs in all of her previous matches here in this tournament in Cincinnati. Taylor Townsend at minus 130, and then Maya Joint. How many times do we bet on Maya Joint?
Yeah, you've bet her a lot.
Plus 122 against Ekaterina Alexandrova. So it's Atman and Humbert on the men's side, Townsend and Joint on the ladies' side. To football, because that's the big one. NFL preseason week number 1 in the books. And including the Hall of Fame game that preceded that, 14-2 to the over. Of course, we had a one more game, but that was suspended. The Lions-Falcons game didn't go 55 minutes after the players decided after a major injury we don't feel like playing anymore, and the officials stopped it with just over 6 minutes left. Got to go 55 minutes. But 14-2, including the Hall of Fame game, to the over. And Kelly, the question becomes on this. Here are your options. 1, it's completely random that this happened. And, books will adjust. So I'm just looking for an explanation. Maybe this helps us somehow in our handicapping. Was it completely random and is likely to just, not happen anymore? Obviously, there's going to be adjustment too. Or 2, any number of reasons, right? There's 2A through 2F or 2G on these, right? Mm-hmm. Is it the new kickoff rules, which I'd have to go do a forensic dive in to see if it's, now that it's gone not only from the 25 to the 30-yard line, but from the 30 to the 35. And we talked about this last year. When you do them, Steve Fezzik was good at this. Moving it from the 25 to the 30 is not enough of a deterrent. you actually don't score that much more points-wise offensively on an average starting position per drive. But when you go from 30 to 35, that bounces. And if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, apparently you only need 5 more yards, you get a field goal.
Right.
But so it's new kickoff rules. It's the fact that defense are playing soft coverage. Ticket writer right down here at Circa just said to me, he goes, they don't want to make a tackle. He says it's all business decisions, right? Everybody has a theory. If you look at the scoring per quarters, which I did.
I caught this in Bill's daily newsletter.
Oh, did you?
Check it out.
Oh,
yeah. You were quoted in this.
I gave it to Bill, yeah. And typically in an NFL game, second and fourth quarter scoring is more, but this was really stark.
Yeah.
Total number of points in the first quarter, 152. Total number of points in the second quarter, 256. More than 100 points more. Total number of points in the third quarter all the way down to 127. Total number of points in the fourth quarter, and this includes with a game where they just quit playing, 223. So 152 to 256 to 127 to 223. Maybe the 2-minute drill on offense is more prepared. Maybe fourth-string offenses are that much better than worn-down fourth-string defenses. There's so many theories, right?
Okay, so do you have any more options you want to throw out there?
I could go on.
So I read what you wrote. This is not going to sound very exciting. I agree with you. I don't really know that there's too much to take away from it. I ended up watching way more than I thought I would. If I had to say one thing that just stuck out to me in general more than anything else, it just felt like offenses were further ahead of where the defenses were at, and more of what you're talking about, the third stringers being ahead.
Leading rusher, week 1, NFL preseason. Owen Wright, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's awesome.
A name that means something to some of us around here. Coming back, we'll talk some matchups. National Football League season win total matchups. Next on a numbers game at VSiN.
Got a good thing coming, just wait and see. It's a good.
Coming up Monday on Follow the Money, the first weekend of the NFL preseason will be in the books. What did we learn from Shedeur Sanders' preseason debut? Were there any surprises after week 1 of the NFL preseason that you can profit on? Plus, VSiN's college football betting guide is out. What you need to know before the kickoff of the season. We will get into that day's card of Major League Baseball as well. Catch up with VSiN on the go on Sirius XM Channel 158 and on demand with the Follow the Money podcast.
The quest for $14.2 million starts right now.
We've waited. It's now here.
Record-breaking signups, $14.2 million. Also record-breaking chaos.
The number 1 team goes down in week 1.
It's crazy. I mean, obviously, this game was supposed to be Bengals blowout. No! I'm done. The dream of going back-to-back is over. Come on, baby!
Nobody could see this one coming.
No way the number 1 pick goes down in week number 2, but it did.
This has been the craziest year that I've ever seen.
By week 4, 75% of the entries are gone.
This is a tough competition, and it is not for the faint at heart.
Within 5 weeks, we'd lost 97% of the entries.
You can feel the tension like a hot knife through butter.
How many survivors will make it to even mid-season?
New episodes nightly at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on VSiN.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
This season's biggest edges start before kickoff. Get yours with VSiN Pro. Right now, new subscribers get both the NFL and college football betting guides. Your 1-2 punch for smart betting. These guides are packed with team previews, power ratings, betting systems, and the best bets from VSiN's top analysts. And that's just the start. You also get daily best bet emails from our hosted guests, real-time betting splits and market insights, 24/7 video on the VSiN Watch app, plus full access to VSiN.com's tools and data. Sign up today for $9.99 or save 50% with the Pro Annual Plan. Sign up now at VSiN.com/subscribe. That's VSIN.com/subscribe. You see the big news? Was Captain America Dave Ross. By the way, great to have Dave Ross back on the air this morning with Jensen.
Yep.
On By the Books.
Finally got the moving truck to show up.
Was he going crazy about this? So you hear the big deal this morning? UFC and Paramount. Paramount is going to become the new home to all UFC championship events in the U.S. under a 7-year agreement that begins next year.
Yeah, this
7 years. What did I say to you when the deal first came down? I said, man, Dana White must have gotten paid a grip.
Must have.
The terms came out. 7 years, $7.7 billion.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that'll do it.
UFC, I won't say it has arrived because it already obviously has arrived, but this puts it in another stratosphere.
I didn't even, I would love to talk to someone like Dave.
No more pay-per-view?
And I think there's a big pay-per-view this weekend, so maybe we'll ask Jordan about
Starting
this
next year, yeah.
Just man, I thought it was shocking. I didn't know. I was like, is this something that people knew was coming? Was expected? You know what I mean? To go away from a pay-per-view model for fighting that's kind of odd. You don't see it.
To do so, you had to have been given a price that made it worthwhile for them, and $7.7 billion apparently was the tune he wanted to hear.
Here's the big question: Will you, Gil Alexander, watch more UFC?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I will.
Okay, all right. That answers it then. There you go.
Because here's the real answer to that question. Ask me if I have a Paramount subscription.
Did you have a Paramount subscription, Gil?
I have no idea.
I thought you were going to say yes.
This is what it's come to with these streaming services.
I know.
Did I ever get Paramount, or was that Discovery? I can't remember if I have Paramount or not. What was the Beatles thing on?
I don't remember. I did this with Apple TV a week ago, though. I was they were log back in. And then I just re-signed back up for it, apparently. I was I already thought I had it. I didn't mean to re-sign up for it. Dang it.
You got to get that thing. Was that company that was advertising?
I did get it.
And it didn't work.
And it sucks. I don't want to say that. What is it? Rocket something?
Yeah.
It works for every major brand company.
I see.
If you're looking for your football stat sites and golf stat sites and stuff that you're paying subs to, no, it's not going to show up.
Let's take a revisited look at who's going to take the first snap for a few of these NFL teams before we get to the season wins matchups here. Real quick, let's not spend too much time on this. But you want to start with the Colts, Saints, or Browns? Which way you want to go first?
Let's go with the Saints.
Let's go with the Saints, who, by the way, in case you missed it, Spencer Rattler got the start. He was 7 of 11 for 53 yards. Ho-hum. Saints fans were losing it on the last quarterback, which was Jake Hader. But in between, it was Tyler Shuck. Tyler Shuck, 15 of 22 for 165. He did throw a pick 6, but besides that, he looked pretty good. And now the Saints odds for first snap for the first game of the first snap. I suppose it could be a different game than the first game. That would be a story. But week 1 starter odds, what do you have?
Mine is 245 for Rattler. Shuck is plus 190. Hainer 40-1.
You feeling Shuck after that performance at plus 190?
No, I'm just upset that. Well, I guess we didn't really have them available to us. But when did these first come up? May, and we were like, should Rattler and Hainer really be the dogs to this Tyler Shuck guy? Not that Rattler's looked amazing, but I think he's going to end up getting the week 1 start.
Well, although Shuck is Kellen Moore's guy, right? He was coach when they got him, so I don't know. Shuck was pretty good besides that pick. Besides the pick 6 is a terrible phrase at the end of a sentence.
Yeah, right.
He was great. Besides that disaster. No, but I mean, he really was.
Okay, I think. Do you think that the preseason matters more for this team than the other two we're about to get to? This quarterback race.
For first snap, it does.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Well, I think the Browns are starting. I shouldn't even say that. I think the Browns are starting Flacco at this point because of Pickett's injury. The Browns, by the way, Shedeur Sanders, in case you missed it, 14 of 23 for 138, 2 touchdowns, no picks.
Dude, he looked good.
He looked good.
Like, I'm not going off the numbers. I watched it that every snap he played.
Yeah.
I thought he looked pretty dang good, Gil.
Browns odds are?
Flacco minus 156, Pickett plus 150. So this has come down a little bit. Flacco was a bigger favorite when Pickett was out with the injury, right?
Yeah.
Shedeur jumps Gabriel. Shedeur is 13-1 now. Dylan Gabriel is 14-1 to take that week 1 first snap.
I think it's Flacco.
See, this is the one I was asking you about the preseason because I actually think the preseason matters less for this one, and this is more about which vet looks best in practice here over the next few weeks.
I before the injury, I would have said Pickett. I think I did say Pickett, but now it feels like Flacco to me. And then the Colts, Anthony Richardson minus 245, Daniel Jones plus 186 for the Indianapolis Colts. By the way, Daniel Jones in his week 1 preseason debut for the Colts, 10 of 21 for 144. No touchdowns, no picks. Anthony Richardson, 2 of 3 before the injury to the finger. 21 yards. Anthony Richardson, minus 245. Daniel Jones, plus 186. You believe that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You got to trot out Richardson. You got another. If you got to pull him week 3, week 4, week 5 again, fine.
These are markets I would, full disclosure, if we had them, I would not bet them. But you know what a market is that I would, full disclosure, bet?
Right now, I would not bet this.
Yeah. I would these first snap ones. I don't really gravitate towards them. The limits are probably pretty low, but you found these season wins matchups over at DraftKings, and if I had access to these, I would be going crazy on these. Season win matchups, National Football League, one team versus one team, and there are odds, and so this is like betting a tennis match, just in terms of the odds. But you got to obviously wait a full season for these. Kelly, I love 4 of them. Should I give you all 4 of mine?
Sure.
Before we get to yours? You look confused over there.
Go for it.
All right.
We're supposed to do this in a half an hour, but it's okay.
Oh, you want to do it in a half hour?
No. We already started. Go ahead.
Oh, we can do it in a half hour. Let's do it in a half hour.
We're fine.
You know what? Instead, let's do the Survivor thing.
Let's do the Survivor thing.
You're right. Let's do those in a half hour. The Survivor thing. So this is. We'll get to your NFL. We'll get to your NFL season wins matchup. Sorry, we had a lot to get to. We got Matt Human's fast food rankings to get to. We got a lot of stuff to get to here. This is something that just caught my eye as we head into Survivor this year. And this is what I want to give credit to the gentleman.
Michael Fiddle.
Michael Fiddle at Fiddle Picks. I don't know Michael, but this was pretty visionary sounds a lot. But this was he had foresight with this, right? To ask Grok, Twitter's AI arm, hey, what's the best path to win Circus Sports Survivor contest? Obviously, got to include Thanksgiving and Christmas in there. Now, this is pretty interesting to me because, first of all, Grok made an error at the end. It botched the last 5 weeks. It skipped a week before Christmas and added a week after Christmas. So that's the first thing with AI.
And I don't know what I remember what I did with Rob's 1 versus 100, gorilla versus humans. All I did was pull in page 1 of this tweet, though, Gil, so I didn't do all the breakdown afterward, just what Grok spit out for picks.
But I just want to point out, so it did make an error. That's the first thing when you ask AI, make sure that they're actually telling you facts here. So there was that. But I think there was something interesting about it because if you are to win this, you got to zig when others zag. I don't think you have to zig as much as AI was zagging here, what Grok was doing. But so the first week was Denver Broncos, right, which will be a pretty consensus pick, minus 7.5 favorites over the Tennessee Titans. Week 2, it went Dolphins, 2.5-point favorites against the Patriots. Okay.
Yeah,
that's the first one where you're like, okay. But maybe you understand it because you're like, well, you're going to have to use the Dolphins maybe at some point, or maybe that was one of the iffy teams you have to use.
And you'd rather use them earlier, right, in case of injury.
Okay, makes sense. Tampa Bay Buccaneers then are 7.5-point favorites against the Jets. Okay, we're good. Rams, 7-point favorites against the Colts, week 4. Yeah, still good. Here's where it gets very Grocky, AI, if you will. Week 5, Seattle Seahawks, 1.5-point dogs against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is where you're like, okay, we are not dealing with a human anymore. Week 6, Green Bay, 2.5-point favorites versus the Bengals. Week 7 Steelers 4.5-point dogs at the Bengals. And it goes, so basically what I'm saying is the first 4 weeks it sort of checks out, then after that it goes haywire. It also, again, makes the error at the end. So I just point this out because it's like, we will track this, by the way. We will save this, and we will see how it does. But it's one of the interesting things is the team that it picked on the most, Cincinnati, which tracks with last year, right?
Oh, I thought it was Giants.
No, well, that's what Fiddle said, but I did it week by week. It's Cincinnati.
Oh, it is Cincinnati?
It's
Okay.
Cincinnati.
So, and just in case everybody, people that use more AI than Gil and I probably do, the guidelines, right? So what you had to punch in here, map out a path to maximize the chance at winning Circa Survivor using look-ahead lines, currently priced, schedule insights, and Survivor pool strategy principles. So it is Zach.
He went with the Cowboys over the Chiefs as a dog on Thanksgiving, and the Chiefs over the Broncos on Christmas. But like I said, it botched it at the end. Coming back.
And they're off.
Get your edge this season with VSiN's College Football Betting Guide, exclusive to VSiN Pro subscribers. It's packed with 136 team previews, preseason top 25 rankings, and best bets from our experts. Pro subscribers also get the NFL Betting Guide, daily best bet emails, exclusive splits, and full access to our premium betting tools. Sign up now at VSiN.com/subscribe for just $9.99 for your first 30 days. Or save 50% with an annual Pro subscription. And join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Oh, we invite you to play the sharp plays, unmatched transparency with records updated daily, AI betting analysis, real-time global betting information, alerts directly from the pros. Go to it, sharpplays.com. Check it out. We get tweets at Beating the Book. I'm a Ron Burgundy through them, yeah? Yeah. No.
Cool, I haven't checked him.
I haven't checked him either. Spud Web Sports, another great day in Cincinnati, Gil. Well, let's hope it's a third straight nice day here in Cincinnati. Let's see. Scuba Scott. Yep. Shuck had a great game except for that pick six. I said the same thing yesterday where I had this great 5-team NFL totals preseason parlay to the over except for that Chiefs game. Well, I will say this. My brain dead over teasers were so brain dead. It was like having passive income. So I did those two. I had the 4-team 9-pointer and I had the 3-team 10-pointer over teaser plays.
Yeah, my only question, I guess, was with the game that got suspended. Did you play that one?
That one got reduced on the 4 to
really?
the 3.
Okay. Yeah. I know we got a couple tweets and emails about how that was graded differently.
We got an email. Bill 80 sent us an email where someone got it graded a loser, which is complete theft, complete robbery. You can't do that. No. Let's see. Cleve TA chimed in on reasoning, by the way, that we're being told by Mike Rouse about, well, what's with the over trend. He said, thought possibly the new kickoff rules are leading to so much scoring in the preseason so far. Not really, though. Average starting field position following a kickoff has been 29-yard line, the same as last season. That's why I said I'd have to do a forensic sort of check on it.
Yeah, you and I were talking during the break. It was just like I don't have a great answer, but it seemed to me I flipped on a lot of games where it was like, hey, there's Mitch Trubisky and Mike White, who have played a lot of snaps now starting at quarterback in the NFL, like carving up a third, fourth-string defense. There's Jameis Winston in the game at the end of the third quarter for the Giants.
Going from 4 games to 3 games, I don't think in preseason, we've fully been able to wrap our hands around what that means.
Yeah.
And
I don't have an answer. Yeah. That's literally the best I have. It's just it felt like offenses were clearly ahead.
Fred Currier looking forward to Kelly's party bus ride story. Hey, Rel, you haven't lived until you've seen the anime convention that was just held in D.C. last weekend. We were talking about conventions here. And Kevin Ryan, Gil, there are a few certainties in betting golf, but a no-brainer is that fairway Jesus will collapse when leading on Sunday.
That guy, man. That is
at least in the United States, right? He wins in Europe. Can't win in the United States. Let's talk some baseball. Paul Sporer joins us now from Fangraphs, at Sporer on Twitter, at SPORER. And, of course, the host of the Sleeper and the Bust podcast. How you doing, Paulie? What's happening?
I'm doing pretty well, Gil. Tiger's sputtering a little bit, has some people concerned, but it's all right. We're in the dog days. It's that time of year, and obviously football creep is officially here too. So, it's all right. I don't hate football. I'm just very defensive about baseball.
I know you are. Just look at the dripping with sadness in his voice. Yeah, it's like, the football creep from a baseball hardo.
It's here.
Well, Paul, let me ask you to do something for us here. Quarter of the season roughly left. I mean, it's still an eternity, right? Still an eternity to go. What'd you say? I'm sorry?
Quarter pole. The actual quarter pole.
That's right, the actual quarter pole. Paul and I like to make sure we use that correctly as opposed to others. Okay. Can you power rank per league teams that are either on the inside of the playoff picture currently or on the outside in each league if they were all to make the playoffs? In other words, give us the power ranking of teams per league as playoff teams. If that makes sense.
Yeah, right. I think in the AL you're looking at probably the Mariners might be my top team if they're clicking, right? This offense, the way it is right now, the way they're built for a playoff run, I think is unquestioned, right? It really does come down to the offense, right? But I am talking about right now where the offense is starting to click. And that's even without Suarez doing anything yet. You got to expect that he's going to get hot again at some point. I never thought he was going to stay at the same level he's been all year, just because that was going to be hard, especially coming back to Seattle, which is a tough park. But Naylor's been interesting. J-Rod's finding his groove. Of course, Cal Raleigh having an MVP caliber season. Arozarena, Polanco carried them early. And then even like Cole Young, the rookie, coming in and putting up some good numbers down in the bottom third of the order. So, yeah, I think in the AL, the Mariners would be my number one team for a playoff situation because you're going to go Gilbert, Kirby, Wu, in whatever order. That's insane. You do have a bridge to Munoz and then Munoz himself. Yeah, I think I go Seattle. And then, probably my Tigers, because they are still set up nicely for the playoffs too. I'm a little nervous about where they're at right now, and the lack of swing and miss in the bullpen is definitely concerning. But Skubal, Flaherty, Mize is not a bad top three. You got a legit ace and then two guys that are pretty good there. And maybe other guys would move in. I can't imagine Charlie Morton would emerge to get in there. But if he's pitching well enough, then yeah, he could take one of those spots too. And the lineup is really pesky top to bottom. They don't have a true super duper star yet. I don't think Riley Green is quite there at that level. Neither is Kerry Carpenter. But they can get you all 9 spots of the order. So I put my Tigers second. Obviously, I can't do it this long for every team here. I think I would then go, honestly, even in the shape that they're in, if they make it, I think the Yankees would be number 3, given what they would have going.
That's what I was most interested in.
If they make it in.
Yeah, if they make it in.
So I think I would have them third. And then, probably this Toronto team. I've become sold on them. And they would be really close with the Yankees. I could see re-ranking that, depending on what things look like in October. But, Eos, Gosman, Scherzer, if healthy, is a really nice trio. Obviously, it's old, but once you're in the playoffs, if they're upright and good, you love that sort of experience and greatness from those 3. Plus, you got Bassett and Lauer sitting there if one of them flops or if Scherzer gets hurt or something. And they've kind of turned around their offense this year. They're still anchored by Vlad Jr. and Bo and Kirk, really, but then Addison Barger's come on. Love Varsho, Springer when he's healthy. So, yeah, I think I'd have them next. That's 4. Then the Astros. Then honestly, if they made it.
Yeah.
I think the Guardians next and then the Red Sox. No, maybe not. No. I can't do that. Clase's gone. He's not coming
Rangers
back. So
nowhere in sight. Rangers and Red Sox nowhere in sight there, huh?
No. Let me get the Rangers in. Yeah. Let me flip on that. Let me go after the Yankees there. It was Astros, Rangers, Red Sox, Rays, Guardians. I got to move the Guardians down. Okay. I forgot. I'm Clase. Right. I was thinking about their great bullpen, but it wouldn't be anything in October without him.
By the way, I have a Rangers August bet. That's not frustrating at all. The Rangers, the first 24 of 25 games in July, were averaging 5.7 runs per game, starting with the last game in July. So the last 10 games total, they are averaging 3 runs a game. And in the last 5 games, they're averaging less than 2 runs scored per game. So it's literally they're waiting for me to make the bet, and then they're like, we are not scoring anymore for you.
Right. They're like, oh, you bet on the offense that was cooking. Now we're going to go back in the tank.
That's right. But pitching, right. What about the National League? How would you rank them?
So looking at the National League, I think right now, I'm still going Dodgers number 1, right? You look at Blake Snell getting into form, Glass. Now, we're going to assume some things on the health piece there, but if you're going Yamamoto, Glass now, Snell, and or even Kershaw mixing in for one of them, right? I know he's got his playoff issues, but he's still awesome. So I'm still gonna go Dodgers 1, Phillies 2, Brewers 3, but that's a 2A, 2B situation. I have a tough time splitting them, and I just love what the Brewers do, but I wonder if they're more of a regular season, full season grind team than they are playoff team, where I do think stars can be a bit more important. So I'm going to go Phillies, Brewers, Mets, Cubs, Reds. Oh, wait, no. Got to get the Padres in there. I'm sorry. Padres over the Cubs, I think, in the playoffs. Then the Reds, and then the Marlins. I know they're very much on the fringes.
So that's all very interesting because
the Giants.
To me, again, your AL's the AL's tough, right? But you have the Yankees third. Do you think they get there? Do you think they get to the postseason?
I do. I think push come to shove, I still think they're going to get there, despite some of these issues that they're having. Closing down games has been tough. Obviously, we know the trials and tribulations of Williams, and then the new guys they all kind of went belly up right away. But I still think, they got 2 legit aces with the lefties, Fried and Rodon. I like Warren. Let's see what Schlittler and Heel can do down the stretch.
And the Brewers, who I believe you had third in the National League, who appear to never have any intention of ever losing another baseball game, 9-0 in August.
They don't lose.
So you're not completely buying into them? Is that a fair third is still good, but you're not like over the moon.
For October,
Yeah.
For October, I'm still a little suspect on, Freddie Peralta, I think would be, playoff ace. That's great. Woodruff is too if he's healthy, but man, I love what he's done. Is he going to run out of juice because he's coming back from injury? That's a huge wild card for them. If they don't have a B. Woody that's pitching well, I think that's where they really get undercut. And again, the offense, like, they kind of have to get things going, and it's hard to get contact and get players on base in October. Now, if you can, and you keep that wheel spinning, that's a huge thing, but it is very difficult, and they rely on that sort of contact to sort of get things going. And I just wonder if that can go pretty quiet in October. Do they have the home run power to catch up? Because home runs are so important in October.
I have a Tigers-Padres World Series matchup, 66-1, which I still really like. And sadly,
it's really fun.
Sadly, I paired the Mariners with the San Francisco Giants. Yeah, that's not going to work out. Not going to work out. Paul?
Sorry, Gil.
That's an interesting, by the way, I love how muddled the AL became because I still don't know where the Blue Jays are and all that, after that exercise. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it, man, as always.
No problem, Gil. Thanks for talking with me. Take care.
At Sporer on Twitter. Always fascinating. We'll do those NFL season win total matchups next, I promise. Numbers Game, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Get ready for the ultimate futures showdown. It's the 2025 VSiN Pro Football Futures Draft. Our live coverage begins on Wednesday, August 13th at 4 p.m. Eastern. 10 of VSiN's sharpest minds in sports betting go head-to-head, drafting their favorite NFL future picks for the season. Which VSiN host will land the season's smartest bets? Find out during the 2025 VSiN Pro Football Futures Draft. Only on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Have you been watching the Survivor documentary, Kelly Bidlin?
Yes, I'm a bit into it.
He's a bit into it. Survivor.
I'm into it. I'm not all the way caught up. Is what I meant to say.
Circa Survivor, the quest for $14.2 million, 10-part documentary series following the drama, strategy, and heartbreak inside the world's largest legal football contest. You get to the final 5 episodes starting tomorrow, August 12th through the 16th, 9 p.m. Eastern. And if you missed an episode, you can watch the first 5 episodes. That's the first 5 episodes now at VSiN.com/Survivor. Unlike episodes 1 through 5, where I had a little sneak peek, I have no idea how 6 through 10 go. No idea.
I heard you're cussing a lot.
People really, Gila, you can't think of better words?
A lot of gill dropping F-bombs. That's what I heard.
Why can't you think of better words? Feh. Goldneffish. Also, I don't know if you know this, Kelly. We're doing a draft on Wednesday.
Yeah, you are.
During Follow the Money, Dustin Sweetelson will take over the helm. He will host the first ever VSiN draft of season-long NFL bets. Now, the 5 categories, so there's 10 of us who are in this. Draft order has been selected. JVT is your number 1 pick. Jonathan Von Tobel's got your number 1 pick. It's a snake draft.
I feel like that happens a lot. Not that there's any really...
What, that JVT gets the number 1 pick?
I don't know. He's always getting Circa Futures, number 1 pick.
This guy.
The randomness always feels like it plays out in JVT's favor very often.
This is Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. JVT with your first pick. Dave Ross, Captain America, number 2. Stormy with 3. I got 4. Tim Murray, 5. Jensen, 6. Maher, 7. Patrick Maher, 7. Mitch Moss, 8. Matt Humans, 9. Paulie Howard, 10. And he'll snake with Paulie, so he'll get 2 picks there. But this is 5 categories.
Yeah, they're doing this in the Follow the Money time slot. And we got Mitch and Paul 8 and 10. Dang.
Yeah, it's messed up.
That's rough.
Messed up. 5 categories, 10 picks total for each. The 5 categories: win total overs, win total unders, division winners, then player props, and then stat leaders. So not even a betting category with the 5th, just stat leaders. No awards, and you can't do, as Isaiah just taught me, you can't do alternate season wins in the same direction if somebody had that in that direction. So if you do Saints over, I can't do Saints alternate over.
Well thought out by the brass, as we just discovered during the break.
Yeah, and the awards.
Isaiah had answers for every question. Yeah.
You cannot bet on the stat leaders. You can bet on the stat. Oh, you can bet on the stat leaders too, right? In some books. Yeah. Okay. So there's that. So there's 5. So there's 5 categories. Obviously, otherwise we wouldn't do it if you couldn't bet on it. Silly me. But no awards also because Isaiah said those we won't find those out till well after the regular season. So you can't do that. We want it to end of the regular season. So they've thought it through. So that it is. VSiN's Pro Football Futures Draft, Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern during Follow the Money. The normal hours of Follow the Money. We take over with the draft, hosted by Dustin Sweetelson.
That'll be fun. That'll be entertaining. Hopefully, you're going to get a lot of good bets out of that. Dustin hosting it will do a great job. He's going to have his hands full. We'll see if everybody's keeping track of picks selected.
I was going to say, does Dustin have to write down the picks as he's hosting?
I don't know,
or somebody else going to do
I mean, you and me have got a lot of experience doing these on primetime action days, so it's we know what works well. We know it doesn't. We know where there's some potential hiccups.
That was just me, you, and Matt doing golf one and dones, and we couldn't get it right. We couldn't do it without arguments.
This is also why Dustin's the perfect host, though, because Dustin can rip on everybody on that screen, and nobody's going to get overly offended or anything like that, because that's Dustin being Dustin.
All right, Kelly did a great job finding this. This is available at DraftKings. These are favorite NFL. So these are NFL win totals, but in matchup form, head-to-heads, with odds. And I love. There's a bunch of them. What did you say? 25 different ones, somewhere 20 to 25, somewhere like that.
I guess I would guess even more than that. But
these are the 4 I liked the best. I actually liked a few more than these, but the 4 I liked the best. So the first one. Steelers, this should be a plus, by the way, on the Steelers. Steelers plus 175 versus the Bengals, who are minus 160 in this matchup. Steelers plus 175 versus the Bengals. As much as my little buddy over here, Kelly Bidlin, by little buddy, I mean he's losing a lot of weight. As much as you are, sort of fade in Steelers mode on a perennial basis.
About to crack that 220 mark.
I think there is. Are you 220?
No,
I was going to say
220s.
I was about to say. Good God, what just happened? Sorry, weight loss aside. Pardon me. I think there is a world where the Steelers have a better finishing record than the Bengals.
All right, another thing we should definitely throw out there, because if you are interested in betting these are at DraftKings. They are a three-way market, right? There is a tie that you have to incorporate, so just keep that in mind if you're going to bet.
Okay. I got the Steelers plus 175 versus the Bengals. I don't know if we have the Steelers schedule handy. I'll call it up here too. But there is a world where the Steelers get out to a ridiculous start here, as they did last year, by the way. I mean, they started out with the Jets, at the Jets, home Seattle, at New England, home Minnesota, then a bye, then home Cleveland. I mean, there's a world where 4-1 is maybe not even unlikely. Gosh. And if you start out with that kind of thing and bank those wins, they still have games against Indianapolis. They still have Chicago. They still have Miami. They still have Cleveland again. They still have division games where Pittsburgh's always feisty. And Cincinnati is, look, I'm bullish on Cincinnati, but you're giving me plus 175, and that's the point of this. The price is right. Give me the Steelers, plus 175 versus the Bengals. I also have the Tennessee Titans, plus 160 versus the Indianapolis Colts. Joe Pete and I were talking a little bit about this weekend. I think there is a doomsday scenario for the Colts.
Totally.
This is less about the Titans for me, which, by the way, we had Cleve in here and others who are bullish on the Titans. I get it. There's a scenario where the Titans are good-ish, right? 6 wins, 7 wins, that kind of thing. This is more about there's a scenario where the Colts, would it surprise you that much if Anthony Richardson was hurt and Daniel Jones sucked at football? And the Colts end up winning 4 or 5 games. It would not.
Or they both suck, right? Like right. I'm going to be the guy here that's always going to take a gamble on Anthony Richardson, but we've seen it. It could happen. He could start 3 games, be terrible, and then Daniel Jones goes in there, and guess what? He's not all that great either.
100%. Plus 160 on the Titans in that matchup with the Colts. Then I like this one boggles the mind to me. How are the Falcons plus 245 against the Buccaneers? Taking nothing away from the Bucs. Falcons have one of the top 4 easiest schedules in the National Football League. And if Michael Penix is anything like the flashes he showed at the end of last year, I don't know. I mean, as good as the Bucs may be, you don't think this is a neck and neck at the end of the season? I'll take plus 245 in a heartbeat on that. And then the final one is I just think one team is better than the other. Cardinals, not as sexy of a price, but minus 115 versus the Seahawks. I am bullish on the Cardinals. I am probably, per the market, bearish on the Seahawks. So those are the 4 I love the most.
So that's one, actually, though, you'd probably just rather play Falcons division price, plus 250.
Correct.
A little bit better.
With all of these, you should always not only shop from book to book, but within the same book, market to market. Yeah. So let me just say this again, what I was getting at earlier. First snaps, I don't think I'm betting those if those are available to us. I think it's just something we talk about to fill some time. These I would actually bet if we had these. You, sir.
Yeah, I split it in a couple tiers because the top 3 I would bet. Tier 2 is kind of like heavy leans. Commander, I was shocked this one wasn't on your list.
It was like 5th or 6th for me.
Yeah. Commanders laying a price against the Patriots, but I am just, and this is another one, this is more about the Patriots for me. I'm just not nearly as high on this Patriots team as a lot of others seem to be. I think there's just a lot of question marks that I still have. Can the defense really play as well as everybody expects it to? Can Drake May go back out there? I think Drake May looked good last year. Can that whole offense really take it to another level? That's a question mark for me, and I'm a believer in Daniels, man. As long as he's healthy out there, I'll lay a price. I haven't made any pro-Commanders bets. This is the one. I actually think this would be the best way for me personally to want to play the Commanders. Ravens over the Lions. This is just I think that NFC North's going to be tough, Gil. I think the Lions do take I don't think they're going to be bad, but I do think they take a slight step back. We're talking about 2 of the better teams in the NFL, right? But I do think they take a slight step back with the coordinator changes that they have to make, a couple changes on a change on the offensive line. I think that comes into play. And then the Broncos over the Chargers. This is probably the one I like the most, actually. Plus 110 over the Chargers.
6 or 7 for me. Yep.
Now, there's a lot on here, and I think this comes into play. You could say this about the Ravens, Lions. You could say this about the Broncos, Chargers. You could say this about a couple others further down the list for me, too. I'm a little scared of that tie coming into play. Like that is, I don't know if the Broncos are going to, I agree to be better than the Chargers. They better buy them by 4 wins, and I don't have to be worried about this at all. I don't know, maybe. Okay, tier 2, Packers over the Vikings. This is just, I'm a little higher on the Packers, a little lower on the Vikings, and seemingly everybody. Ravens over the Chiefs. That one's tight. I would not bet this because I could see both those teams having really good records. But I thought plus money on the Ravens was a little surprising. And then the one we matched on, Cardinals over the Seahawks.
Let's freeze these and keep these close to us so we can actually examine these at the end of the season. The biggest difference between yours and mine, I took 3 big prices in 4 of mine.
Yeah.
You didn't take any big prices.
No.
And I think that'll be the way to do it. We'll see. Let's keep them in mind and look back at them at the end of the season. We'll come back. Wes Reynolds will join us. Adam Burke. Matt Human's Fast Food Rankings. All that and more. Numbers Game, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
And we're out.
Okay, give me 1 sec. I need to load funds into my gaming apps.